Hello. Happy Monday, beginning of the week, brand new month. No better feeling. So I wanted to just jump on here and my talent queen, my right-hand person at Epic, Christy, last week said to me, it'd be really great for you to do a Facebook Live because we're getting a lot of wonderful people applying to be a personal trainer at Epic Fitness, but she's finding that a lot of the people that actually would fit incredibly well with us are hesitant because they're a little bit intimidated. They don't feel good enough. When in fact they are exactly who we're looking for. So she asked me to do a Facebook Live to make sure that I am putting out there to those of you who are looking to be part of our team, our personal training team, giving you sort of like an overview and maybe, helping you through the process, even if you're on, the very beginnings of the process, as in you haven't even applied yet. And then I want to give you a kind of peek into the future if you're chosen to be part of our team, what the first 4 weeks of employment as a personal trainer at Epic really looks like for you. Because I think, how would you know, right? And I think it's important to know. So the first thing I want to say is for those of you who had the privilege of being part of our parties on Saturday, we had 2 parties. We had an open house on Saturday morning, and we just invited everyone from the neighborhood and had all of our clients there and all of our team there. It was super fun. We had an aura photographer come out and take pictures of our auras. We had healing crystals. We had tarot cards. We had the Vertec out. We had the long jump out. We had the in-body machine, body composition scale out. We had literally every single part of what we teach. And also like very esoteric, crazy person stuff because, hey, why not? It's fun. It's also another way to learn about ourselves. I got caught in the room doing tarot card readings, so that was really fun. That was our daytime party, and then we had a nighttime party that was exclusively for friends and family. And for us, our friends and family are our clients, and then their spouses, their daughters, their nephews, whoever they wanted to bring, and then our full team and whoever they wanted to bring. It was a fancy event. We had a red carpet, we had a photographer, we had charcuterie boards, we had champagne, we had Top Shelf come out and do really incredible cocktails for us. We had bakery items from Pastel and Coco, who did some blondies and brownies from us, all vegan, gluten-free. And then our wonderful chef, Daniela from Chef, came out and did all of our actual food. So it was awesome. We partied hard till the wee hours of, well, it felt like the wee hours of the night, but then I remember looking up at the clock and it was like 11. Actually, I remember distinctively looking at the clock and it was 8:30, and we were like spinning around, and we had like all of the crazy tunes like, Respect and like YMCA and all these, the anthems up on our stereo, and it was so fun. I remember one of our physiotherapists' dad, he was super cool. He was just watching us and laughing the whole time. So anyways, it was a fantastic event. And, one of the best parts of that event that we had was the fact that we choreographed a dance for our clients. So we did a dance to Roar, Katy Perry's Roar. And, we were all uncomfortable about it, but we did it anyway. And that's just a testament to the kind of people that I have on my team. Pretty cool cats, and some people who are up for anything, which is really fun. Okay, so without further ado, if you were not at the parties and you were invited, I hope you have major FOMO. We had fire poi, we had sparklers, we shut down the street next to us, and we had a really fantastic time. But if you weren't there, you weren't able to make it, then I'm sure you'll be able to attend next year. Every anniversary party that we have is always a good time. And this one was very special because it was also our grand opening on Beechwood. And finally, the vision is is in physical form, which is very exciting. But don't worry, next year we'll have another party as well. For those of you who were able to see it online, or maybe one of your friends posted or something, it was a good time. But I can't say that we have that kind of party every day, but the essence of that party is who we are on the regular, which is we're always going to challenge you, we're going to force you to open up your mind, we're going to give you new ideas and give you some creative ways to live a healthier life and to live an epic life, and we're going to show you what that is, and we're going to try to be the best role models we can throughout that process so that you can follow us with trust and knowing that we're going to lead you in the right direction. So without further ado, I just wanted to get that off my chest because that party was epic and it was super fun. And I have my team to thank for that party because they really made it really special. And of course, our clients being there was just super fun. So let's get back to business. So what we're talking about today is I want to speak to the people out there who maybe want to be part of our personal training team, but you're not quite sure if you're ready, or you're not really sure what the first month would look like for you if you were to be on our team. I want to set your mind at ease, and I really want to give you some details about what you can expect. And I want to share my brain with you and share our process with you. That way, you can get to know what we're thinking and what are the common things that we find with the people that do apply, and just kind of help you through the process a little bit more. So first of all, we're hiring personal trainers. We have a goal of hiring 3 this month. So if you've wanted to work for us for a really long time, or you've been following us for a really long time, then this is really the month to apply and to get in the hot seat, because we are actively pursuing 3 personal training positions this month. Now, right off the bat, we prefer full-time. But if you're a part-time student and you're an A-type person, which means you're super organized and you're passionate and you make it feel as though you're full-time with us. And what I mean by that is you're not distracted, you're plugged in, this is what you really want. And you can see that this is part of your long-term plan. If you're graduating in April and you're just at the last final leg of your human kinetics degree or your psychology degree, then that can really work out well for both of us. So, just because it's a full-time position, it doesn't mean we don't hire part-time. We do. It just the onus is on, it takes a very special person to be in that part-time spot, because you have to be up on everything while you're in school. Now, Ottawa U campus is really close to us, so it might be convenient and it might work out really well. So if you're in school, there's a potential that you could be one of those 3 spots. So don't count yourself out. Don't wait for graduation. Don't wait, to the perfect time. Now might be a really great time to get your foot in the door and then start working, and then when you graduate, go into a full-time position. So that's one thing, part-time versus full-time. We hire both. It really depends on the person. If we think that you're going to be a great culture fit, if you're the right person for our team, and we're the right person for you, we're the right people for you, and the right setting for you in order to grow and be challenged, then it can really be a beautiful relationship. And we've had really wonderful part-time personal trainers in the past, like super next level. Even this summer, I had one, Serena, who was in school at Waterloo, was home for the summer, and we started speaking probably in April. By the time she moved here in May, I think it was 1 or 2 weeks, and she was full of personal training clients. We expected her to come in. We lined it all up, and we had a fantastic summer with her. It was awesome. We had her for 4 months, and she learned a hell of a lot. We benefited from having her on board, and then now she's back in school. So it is possible to have short-term, part-time possibilities. It's not ideal, but I'm going to tell you, it's a particular person that we're looking for to be in that role. Ideally, if Serena was in Ottawa for university, she would continue to work. Maybe she'd be part-time throughout her studies for the fall and the winter, and then would be graduating and then full-time in the summer, or full-time in the summer and then going into her next year. So don't count yourself out if you're in school. If you ask any of us trainers who are full-time who are not in school, we're always in school. We're always taking courses, we're always reading, we're always making sure that we're getting educated. So there's really no difference if you ask me. Okay, some things I want to touch on. One of the things that we're finding with people who are applying, we're getting the right people, you know, the right personality and a total culture fit, and we're really excited about the process. And then the person, I think, you know, after being in the space and maybe throughout the practical exam, they get a little bit tripped up and think that they're not ready yet. And so they feel like they, you know, okay, I've gone this far in the interview process and I feel really good, but taking the next step and the next leap, like, you guys, what you know and the functional training methods that you do, I don't understand it. Therefore, I think I have to take a back seat, take some more courses, and then reapply in 2 or 3 months. I want to tell you something. You cannot get educated in our functional training methods. It doesn't exist. We keep it on lockdown. No one knows it. I'm not doing courses for trainers out in the world. It's not a global offering, which means it's impossible for you to have known and for you to learn what we teach. And we know this, which is why we have a mentorship process. So I need to know, you know, through the practical exam, which is, here's a mock client in real time, in person. Now, you know, take me through a training program for 15 minutes. I just want to see how you would interact with that client. I want to feel what it's like to be a client of yours, and I want to hear how you cue. I want to hear your passion. I want to sense what it's like to be your client. That's what we're trying to get at with the practical interview. It's really not a test to see if you know what we know. We know you don't know what we know. We know that. But we're really trying to test personality, rapport building, your direction, your assertiveness skills, your confidence, those sort of things. We're not testing program design and exercise selection, that kind of thing. I will teach you that. We will teach you that. So if any of you out there are sort of thinking that, you know, I really want to work at Epic, it's a dream of mine, but it's so somewhere in the future, you're exactly the type of person that needs to go through the interview process, because if we get you in for a sit down and everything's good, and then we get you through to a practical, and we notice that you need a couple more skills, or you need to train, you need to go take a course, or you need to train with us for a little while before you're actually ready, we will tell you. And so that way you'll actually have specifics on what skills you need to develop, and we will work with you. So we're not going to just leave you in the dust. If you make it that far in the interview process, if you're the right fit for us, we're going to invest some time into telling you what you need to do differently, or where you need to up your skills so that you can be ready. One thing we want to make sure of is we want to make sure you're ready enough. We don't want you to lose. We're a team of winning. We win, which means when we've put you in front of a client, we know you're going to win. We know you're going to be confident that client's going to have a great experience. If we think for a second that that's not the case, we're going to help you. So we'll put you in the right direction. We'll tell you a book to read, specific chapters to read, or we'll tell you, come to Sean's HIT class on Monday morning. You know, I want you to look at his energy. I want you to look at his cueing style. We will help you get there. Especially if you're that far along in the interview process, you know, we're just as committed as you are at that point, and we want to help you out. So don't just bail halfway and think it's intimidating or you're not ready. Likely, if you're the kind of person that's really hard on yourself, if you're super ambitious, you're hard on yourself, you never think you're good enough, but everyone tells you you're awesome, you're exactly the person we're looking for. You know, in the application form for being a personal trainer with us, we actually say that. We say, if you're an A-type personality, if you're hard on yourself, you never think you're good enough, you're a perfectionist, you're exactly who we're looking for. And that's me. That's my whole team. And so I spend all my time reassuring everyone, because they're all rock stars, and telling them to work less and go on vacation and take care of themselves, because we're all the type of people that just will not do that naturally. So that's my job. It's not pushing you to work more. It's actually, with these people, telling them to hold off a bit. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple more tips. So if you feel like you go through the application form and you're going through the process and you're like, you know what, I'm like 60% of the way there, I'm not 100%, you need to apply anyways. If you get to the sit-down interview, if you get to the practical interview, we're invested. We think there's something that's really very special in you, and so work with us. You know, it's okay if you don't know everything. We're going to teach you everything that we want you to know anyways, and we're going to put you in the right direction. Now, let's talk about when you're hired on. When you're hired on with us, the first 2 weeks, you're in mentorship with me and my team. What that means is we're teaching you all about our culture. We're teaching you about the epic life. We're teaching you how to have lifestyle skills to be able to translate that to clients. We're talking about the client-trainer relationship. We're talking about how to have effective consultations. You know, how do you actually make someone feel awesome when they come in vulnerable, when they come in not knowing what to do or they failed before. One of the biggest things that we're focused on is you know, we know we're successful as a company when we start having clients think of the journey, not the outcome. That is the success that we have had. You know, frontline, that's the thing that we are focused on. So even with yourself, you know, we ask a lot of personal development questions like, you know, what are you focused on, and what's your everyday look like, and how are you taking care of yourself? Because that's really what we're going to be teaching our clients. So in the mentorship process, we've got it in different phases, in different sections, but the first section is really about our history as a company and what we're focused on and how we're different and how we're going to change humanity and change the world. The second one is going to be on functional training principles and methods that are exclusive to Epic. You cannot find this anywhere, and it's purposeful that way. We have specifically not talked about our methods in a really clear, outlined way, and I have not gone on world tours talking about this stuff yet. Maybe I will in the future, but for me, it's been a competitive advantage that I've given my trainers and my trainers only. Because I wanted them to be the only ones that train this way. And so we know that you have not had this knowledge. We know that you have not had, you know, this anywhere else. So we teach you that in phase 2. In phase 3, we talk a lot about the consultation process. We talk about business skills. We talk about statistics. We talk about your future. We talk about level advancement, how you grow with us. You know, what is a win? What is a success? And then we go through 4 weeks where we help you build your business. So the way it works with us is we hold your hand for 4 weeks, including monetarily. So we want you to get off to the races very fast. We have your schedule, you know, it's your schedule, but we give you a template. We want you to have time for education, for your own personal workouts. We want you to have time, you know, where you're actively prospecting for clients and really putting yourself out there, whether it's community events or whether it's talking to, you know, your network or whatever it is. We figure out what's best for you and how you're best serving the community. We don't pigeonhole you into what we think you should do. It's really about getting to know you and your style and really amplifying that. And then, so we pay you for those hours for the first 4 weeks. We want you to be able to have 37.5 hours full of clientele time and calls and getting out in the community and being part of our events and education and reading and all that stuff for the first 4 weeks. And then we want to transition that time into client time. To be clear, full-time personal training for us is 20 hours or plus. It's not 37.5 hours. It's impossible. If you are coaching 37.5 hours of clients every week, you suck as a trainer. You're not doing any of your admin work. You're not doing any of your proper programming. You're not reflecting. Your life probably sucks. You're not taking care of yourself at all. So that's not what we endorse. However, some people work really well at 35 hours. I've had trainers and they are fine. They're actually better working more than less. Some people hit 24 hours and they're like, this is enough. This is enough. You know, I'm giving proper service to my clients. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a happy place. I'm really proud of the work that I'm doing. I don't need to do any more per week, which is totally fine. But for the first 4 weeks, you're being paid for 37.5 hours of training time with us. And then slowly that transition. So 37.5, I mean, week 1, maybe you have 1 client. Week 2, maybe you have 3 clients. Maybe week 3, you're nearly full. Week 4, we want to kind of hand you out there with a working full roster of clients. Full roster being between 8 and 12 clients based off what you need and how you work as an individual. something I really want to highlight here is we don't pigeonhole you. If you're a rebel and a contrarian and a very, A-type personality, if you're constantly trying to fight being put into a box, you're going to fit really well at Epic Fitness, because something that we do is we center on you. How do you work best? What are your differences? What are your strengths? How are you different from the next person? We want people who are different. I often laugh because it's like we're the island of misfits. Like, if you don't fit in corporate culture, if you're constantly beating up against, the wall, but you're fantastic, you've got amazing skills, and you work harder than everyone else, that's exactly who we hire at Epic. That's exactly who we already are. Everyone in that company is like that. So we really want to focus on you. We want to put your lifestyle first. We want to put your life first. And I think that's pretty revolutionary. I don't know any gyms that say we're going to put you first. I mean, I know gyms that do the opposite. Say the clients come first and you're just dead meat to us. We don't care. We're just going to cycle through you guys as a factory. And every year there's going to be more graduates that just come into the gym and work as trainers, and then you burn them out, and then you get this new crop. In fact, it's part of their business model. Isn't that sick? Anyway, that's not us. That's not us. We're in it for the long game, and we know that your health and your lifestyle is actually our best asset. It's not what you do, it's who you are. And if we focus on your lifestyle and you're happy, you're probably going to do better work, right? It's not rocket science. So anyway, we figure out what works for you. Some of the questions that we get are, are you looking for a specific schedule? Do you want me to have a specific schedule? Not really. I mean, there's going to be a schedule that works for the first few clients that you get on board, and you probably want to accommodate for them. You can do split shifts, 6 to 11 in the morning, go home, run errands, go to the store, have a nap, eat lunch, come back from 3 until 8 or 4 until 9. You could do that 5 days a week. You could do that 4 times a week and then work a Saturday morning. You can put your schedule together so that you're working 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, and your whole afternoons and whole evenings are off. If you can make that work, friggin' go nuts. If you're an evening person, I have a trainer. I mean, I don't even think she's alive before 10:30 in the morning. If I ever have to call her, I just know I have to call her later. She comes in at 4 o'clock, 4 to 9. Every single day, and then works on the weekends. She wants to work Sundays. Not a lot of trainers want to work Sundays, but that's her schedule. That's what works for her, and that's what we endorse. What works for you. So that's kind of the process. I hope that puts your mind at ease. I feel like we have 2 camps of people who are applying for this position. We've got these A-type personalities who put a lot of pressure on themselves, and they really want to work for us, and they really want to be a part of our team. And so they've sort of convinced themselves that they're not ready, that we're like this thing in the future. If I'm speaking to you right now, I want you to know that you're ready enough. If you're 60% of the way there, get into the interview process. Start the interview process. I need you to be committed. I need you to want this very badly. But if a part of you is like, I don't think I'm quite ready, then you're the person that we actually want on board. Worst case scenario, you get into the practical interview and you say, listen, I don't know as much as you guys, or I don't know what I need to know. And then if you're not ready, we're going to put you in the right direction, but at least you've gone through that interview process to that point, which means we're invested, which means you're invested. We're going to try to help you get to where you need to be in order to join the team officially. If you're that kind of person who really wants to work for us, and you're sort of like, you have no certifications, you have absolutely no experience, you've never played a sport in your life, that's going to be tough. We're not going to be able to really mentor you through the process. You need to get far enough into the interview process where we're having a sit-down conversation or we're moving into the practical interview in order for us to kind of hold your hand a little bit and to help you work through that process. You need to have some experience. You need to have client interactions, at least on the customer service side of things. If you've been out of the industry for a little while, I don't care. If you've been a mom of 3 for the past 5 years, that's fine. What's your wheelhouse? What did you do beforehand? If you were in the industry, if you were into personal development, if you were taking education or going to courses and you've been educating yourself instead of actually doing work because you were off, that's fine. All good. Come on board. Fill out that application form that I'm going to put in the notes here, and then just go for it. That's all I have to say. If anyone has any questions, of course, you can message us or email us. I will, say for sure that we're not going to be able to get back to everybody. So if we first screen you, if you do the application form, if you submitted your resume and you did the application form, and the key things that we're looking for are not met, we will not respond to you. If you haven't done the type form in a way that we feel like you're serious, then we're not going to be serious about you. So just know that. If you're giving us one-word answers, one-sentence answers, we're gonna match your effort. But if you're purposeful and you put some thought into this, and we notice that, and we can sense that from your type form application, then and it's all good, then we're going to move you forward. Just trust the process and know that we want you to win, we want you to shine, and we want to get to know you. So we're going to put you through the interview process to really do that, to be able to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us, because how we look on social media is one thing, but we want you to feel the environment. We want you to come in and interact with our people and come to a class, and we really want you to be sure that this is right for you. So that's really what we're trying to get at. So anyways, happy Monday. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope if you weren't at our party, you have total FOMO. Just kidding. But if you really want to be a part of our company and our team, we are so different. We are, it's like another world. It's another planet. Like, you should have to have your passport to get into Epic, because it's unlike so many other places. We're a gym. We challenge you. We lift weights. There's a lot of testosterone in our culture, but at the same time, we're personable and approachable, and we have fun, and we don't take ourselves so seriously. So many people in the gym take themselves so seriously all the time. It's like they just can't let go or relax or try something new or open up your mind or stretch or do some mobility or like functional movement or crawl on the ground or just learn, be vulnerable. And I think, the people that we've got and the culture we've created at Epic is really that yin and yang. We perform and we push ourselves and we see our limits, but at the same time, we put ourselves first. We enjoy the journey. It's not just about the outcome. And, we're really mushy inside. Like, we say I love you all the time. You don't have to participate in that all that much. And trust me, I'm not much of a cuddler myself. I don't really like physical touch all that much when it comes to the people I'm around every day, unlike some of my trainers. But the gist of it is that it's that balance that we're looking for. We're looking for that balance. We strive for that, and we try to embody that. So anyways, if you have any questions, you can always private message me. I'll put you in the right direction. But at the very least, if you feel 60% of the way there, if you're the kind of person that is really tough on yourself and you don't think you're ready, but you really, really want it, you really, really want to be part of our culture and be a part of our team, fill out the application form. It can't hurt you, right? If we contact you, if we like what we see, we're going to put you through the process. If midway we feel like you need some more skills or you need to read a particular book, we're going to put you in the right direction. But otherwise, how would you know? And we need to get to know you, so let's do that. I'll put the application form in the notes here, and my message to you today is to have a wonderful day and to not take yourself too seriously, even though it's Monday. Okay, bye guys.